Everything is bigger in Texas, and that includes winning streaks. Cubs 9 consecutive wins coming into tonight, and now starting the first of 9 games on the road. It's the opener at Globe Life Field as the Chicago Cubs take on the Texas Rangers. Welcome, everybody, here on Marquee Sports Network. I'm Alex Cohen. This is Jim Deshaies, and Elise Menaker joins us shortly. JD, breaking news. Chicago Cubs winning games, and they're doing a lot of it at the right time.
Yeah, it's been so much fun to watch this team. You know, all the dramatic walk-off wins on the homestand. The question now is, can they take that magic show on the road? Long road trip starts tonight here in Dallas. There's Conforto. He's been one of the heroes lately. Since April 14th, the Cubs, a Major League best 19-3, now tied for the best overall record in Major League Baseball. During this stretch, they're averaging better than 6 runs per game. You want to go streaking? How about multiple separate win streaks of 9 games or more in their first 38 decisions? The 2026 Cubs, they're along with some really outstanding clubs in the history of the game. That's courtesy of our good friend Sarah Langs.
The Cubs have won 9 consecutive games. They'll try to get to 10 consecutive games with the offense and Ben Brown on the mound.
Yeah, so obviously the Cubs have had injury issues. Matthew Boyd goes to the IL. They got to find another starter. Ben Brown's going to get the nod here tonight. Probably a couple innings from Ben here tonight, but the plan is to kind of get him stretched out as we move forward. Hopefully he can kind of help plug in that hole in the rotation.
Cubs playing the Texas Rangers. Who are the Texas Rangers? Well, they're pretty average at home. They're pretty average on the road, JD.
Well, this is such a difficult place to hit. This is the toughest ballpark in Major League Baseball in terms of a run-scoring environment. They're 7-8 here in their home ballpark, averaging 2.67 runs per game. Here's a fun note for you. They've hit a grand total of 7 home runs in this ballpark this year. So on the road they can score. Here not so much, but that's, a big part of it is just the nature of this ballpark.
All right, buckle up. Cubs taking on the Rangers, trying to get to 10 consecutive wins. There's a look at the Rangers. We'll get a look at the Cubs. We have first pitch, all the action, all the fun coming up next. Chicago Cubs baseball, Marquee Sports Network, is brought to you by the Bob Lacurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. By Circus Sports and by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. Plenty of Cubs fans here in attendance at Globe Life Field. Cubs about to take on the Rangers. Game 1 of 3 here in Arlington. Alex Cohen, Jim Deshaies up in the booth. And for the first time here tonight, let's head it down to the third member of our broadcast crew on the field, Elise Menaker. What's going on?
Alex, the Rangers are so kind. They put together this light show for me. Hey, I have some good news regards to the bullpen. That is Ethan Roberts. He was reinstated from the 15-day IL. The corresponding move, Galen Hollowell, he was optioned to AAA. Now with this move, because Hollowell pitched an inning in 2/3 yesterday, Craig Counsell said with all the games they have, they don't have an off day until Monday. They just need innings. They need fresh arms. But also now Roberts healthy. If you recall his injury, he had a cut on that right middle finger because he was throwing a medicine ball and a vent fell off and cut it. So kind of a freak thing. Craig Counsell said it took a couple of outings to really just get it resolved, but now it is resolved and he is back.
That is not your traditional baseball injury, but Ethan Roberts back. Thanks so much, Elise Menaker. And now it's time for our Keys to the Game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer. JD, what do we got?
Well, what do we have? We have Kumar Rocker, and we're getting our first look at him ever. So we'll see what that looks like. Make yourself comfortable. Michael Conforto gets a nod in the lineup tonight as a designated hitter, and why not? He's been red hot lately. Got 12 hits his last 27 at-bats. That's a .444 batting average, including the heroics on the homestand. He had a 3-hit game, including a home run yesterday. Red light, green light. Look for the Cubs to do some running in this series here in this big ballpark. Ball doesn't jump out of here. The Rangers have had a hard time shutting down the running game. Rocker, in particular, is pretty slow to the plate. So I think they'd be on the move tonight when given an opportunity.
I am comfortable with Michael Conforto in the lineup for the Cubs. So Kumar Rocker just went back into the dugout.
I think he was warming up with white sleeves. Yeah, you can't pitch with white sleeves on, Kumar. And
he was doing that in the bullpen, and one of the members of the Rangers broadcast team came over and saying, can't imagine he's going to go out to the mound with the white sleeves on. Well, he did, and now he's getting changed.
And everybody in the Rangers dugout is having a little chuckle about it. I mean, he's thinking it looks good, right? The white pants, the red shirt, the white sleeves.
Goes along with the spikes.
Just doesn't work that way, Kumar.
So Kumar Rocker getting changed, and Kumar Rocker now heading back out to the mound. Will slowly take his way out there, and that is perfect timing for the Cubs lineup. Cubs lineup here tonight: Nico Horner, Michael Conforto, and Alex Bregman. 1, 2, 3. Middle of the order: Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, and Michael Busch. In the bottom third of the Cubs order: Carson Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Dansby Swanson.
Well, newly dressed Kumar Rocker on the mound for the Texas Rangers here this evening. He was the 3rd overall pick by the Rangers in 2022. Had his struggles on the road, but really good here in his home ballpark. And he's the son of former NFL defensive tackle Tracy Rocker, who is currently the line coach with the Eagles, I believe. Go Birds.
So Kumar Rocker looking at his splits this season, or sorry, splits since the start of 2025. 9 starts at home, a paltry 2.50 ERA. He's only allowed 1 homer here at Globe Life Field, but on the road he's struggled. Allowed 13 home runs away from Arlington, Texas. Coming into the game 17 and 20. You look at the AL West, JD, and it's the West Sacramento Athletics that are at the top of the AL West.
Yeah, it's been a fairly mediocre bunch in the AL. Well, the AL period has really struggled. Only, what, 4 teams with a winning record in the American League right now. So it's wide open for anybody to take charge of the American League West as we move through the early portion of this season. Rocker's got a good arm. He's got a fastball that average around 95, throws a lot of sinkers. His slider will get chase. And he also has a changeup. The ball's on the ground a lot with him. He's an extreme ground ball pitcher.
Nice mix of Cubs and Rangers fans in attendance. Game 1 of 3 here in Arlington. Game 1 of 9 on the road for the Cubs. About to get started. Kumar Rocker delivers up high. Count 1-0. We are underway.
Rocker last time out in Detroit, it lasted just 2 innings, allowed 5 runs, 7 hits, 43 pitches, so he should be fresh here tonight.
Take it low. Rocker, prior to that start against the Tigers, gave up 3 or fewer runs in each of his previous 5 starts. Nico takes a strike.
Overall, 28 2/3 innings of work and a 4.71 ERA for Rocker. Very deliberate. You get the sense watching him pitch that if there weren't a pitch clock, it would take a long time.
The anti-Wade Miley.
Big kid, man. 6'5", 245.
Kumar Rocker makes the play. Underhands to first, 1 away.
Finishes in a pretty good fielding position, square to home plate. For a guy who gets a lot of ground balls, that's a plus.
So bouncer back to him. Here's Michael Conforto. Conforto takes a strike. Yesterday, first at bat homer, added 2 more other hits, and then a walk on base 4 times. Look at those 15-game splits.
Yeah, so he's been swinging a hot bat. Moises Ballesteros not so much, so Conforto gets an opportunity here tonight. And Mo will have an opportunity perhaps off the bench to do something big.
Remember, Conforto started off the season 0 for 6. Since then, it's all below, hitting .433, 13 for 30. Takes another strike. Nothing early on. Cubs so good at home this year, 18 and 5. Conforto in the air, left field shallow. Ozuna racing in towards the line. It's a fair ball. Bounces into the camera well. Conforto to second with a double.
Well, you couldn't place it out there any better. Pop fly double for Conforto. Big ballpark, a lot of acreage to cover out there in this outfield. Ozuna in hot pursuit, just ran out of time. He'll get a good look here. Kind of a slicing fly ball. And just on the line. This double brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car.
Picked up a little chalk. Bregman takes it high. You brought it up. Big ballpark. Everything's bigger in Texas, naturally. Globe Life Field. Cubs last time they were here opened the 2024 season against the Rangers.
It's a big yard. There's nothing really intimate about it. I don't think they were going for that.
No. Foul ball from Bregman. Look at Globe Life Field. Fewest runs per game by ballpark, 5.47. That's combined between two teams. Cubs as a team coming into the game, 5.47 runs per game just themselves.
So I imagine if you talk to the Rangers players, the pitchers would say this is a great ballpark. Hitters might have a different opinion.
So you would love pitching here.
Overall, the Rangers team ERA 3.85 is 9th best in Major League Baseball. Their bullpen is tops in terms of ERA. Starters more middle of the pack.
Bregman went around strike three.
And this is not an outlier this season. The outlier season was 2023, and that's the year, of course, the Rangers won the World Series. They didn't have any problem scoring that year, but year in and year out, or at least the last 3 seasons, she's been very pitcher friendly.
In 2023, almost double the amount of runs.
I wonder if that has to do with having the roof open. If the roof was open more often back then, I don't think they open it up very much anymore. Got some humidity issues.
And it has to be below 80, so that eliminates June through September. A 1 to Ian Happ. Strike.
Change up at the knees.
There's a hard changeup at 89. A cue shot. It's into left field for a base hit. Conforto rounds third and scores an Ian Happ RBI single. On base streak, 29 games. It is 1-0 Cubs.
Really tearing the cover off the ball. A pop fly double, and now Ian just squirts this one through the left side of the infield, but gets the job done. A little slicing roller. Seager, the shortstop, was pinched up the middle. This is a Rangers team that defensively, when you look at the advanced metrics, does not grade out all that well.
So a pop-up double and a cue shot single. Zaya swings and misses. Ian Happ. Now 29 consecutive games on base. You look at those longest streaks. Still chasing Starlin Castro at 43. It's the longest since Brian LaHare, 2012 at 32. Making headway. And JD still chasing Nick Kurtz for active on-base streaks.
Yeah, the Kurtz kid for the A's. Putting together a heck of a run. They've talked to Rocker about trying to be a little bit more assertive in defending the running game. You saw the throw over. That time he held the ball a little bit longer. We'll see if he's able to quicken up his delivery. If not, I suspect the Cubs will be on the move.
Pop up from Seiya. It'll go into the seats. Seiya Suzuki did not play yesterday. This season hitting .303. Last 14 games he has 2 or more hits in 8 of them. 1-0 Cubs. That's a bouncer, hits off of Jansen. Happ stays at first.
Missed opportunity there. Ian didn't get a good read on it. By the time he realized how far it had kicked away from Jansen, he had already shut it down.
Rocker looked back to first, a little surprised. Thrown away. Talked about those 14 games for Seiya. 8 multi-hit games, 6 homers. OPS 1149. Three-two. Ball 4. So Happ to second, Seiya at first. JD, Cubs looking for more in the first. Here's Michael Busch.
Well, yeah, and you know, if you're the Rangers or any team playing the Cubs these days, when you have your meetings before a series and you go over the opposing hitters, there's a lot to talk about because so many guys in this lineup are swinging the bats well right now. You can't just focus on a guy or two. You pitch carefully to one guy, the next guy can hurt you just as badly.
Michael Busch, one of those players swinging the hot bat. 1 for 4 yesterday.
As a group, they don't chase, force you into the zone. Walk to strikeout ratio is tied for the best in MLB with the Brewers. Makes DK happy.
Just off the plate.
Well, here we go. Bushy, go ahead. Pull out the driver. Big fairway out there. Let it eat.
Takes a strike. Kumar Rocker gets that one up to 97. Average fastball velocity 94.5. Shot foul. Look at the Cubs offensive stats. As JD said, Cubs walk a lot, don't strike out much. Home runs middle of the pack, but everything else, hits, doubles, top 10 in baseball. Stop there by Jansen again. Third, fourth, first, fifth, tied for 18th. Runs, batting average, OBP, slugging, home runs, and stolen bases. Surprised to see them at 18th for stolen bases.
They're third in stolen base efficiency. They've swiped 23 bags. They've only been caught 4 times.
Push in the air to left. Ozuna backpedaling, makes the catch. Ends the top of the first, but not before. Ian Happ, RBI 6. Bottom of the first inning. It is time for the Rangers lineup, and it's brought to you by Ford. Nimmo, Duran, Seager 1, 2, 3, Young, Carter, Peterson 4, 5, 6, Berger, Ozuna, and Jansen 7, 8, 9.
Well, here comes Ben Brown. He made his Major League debut here back in March of 2024. He was called up after Justin Steele got hurt opening day. This will be his first start this year. Hard hit rate is down. That's a good thing. The ground ball rate is up. That's in large part because he's throwing a sinker these days as well as a four-seamer, and he gets a lot of ground balls with his curveball as well. And he also features a changeup. Doesn't throw it a lot, but it's in the toolkit.
Ben Brown, first pitch. Called strike at 95. Last start for Ben Brown, July 27th. Last year against the White Sox. 5 innings, 3 hits. Gave up 1 run and got the win. This is Brandon Nimmo here. Wave and a miss. Change up against the left-hand hitting Nimmo.
Yeah, that's the lefty's been a little bit of a problem for him in his career, and with increased confidence in that changeup, that could be a huge difference maker for him.
Protective swing, foul.
Nimmo over here in that big deal with the Metropolitans. He's off to a good start in his Ranger career.
Nimmo got dealt for Marcus Semien.
So probably 2 innings or so for Ben here tonight. We expect to see Javier Assad at some point. He may be the bulk guy this evening. This depends on where the Rangers are in the lineup when they make that initial pitching change.
And just misses. And Brown making his 13th appearance of his 12 relief appearances. 10 of them 2 or more innings. So he is fairly stretched out already. Ground ball to short. Dansby charges to first. 1 away.
So take a look at Ben's numbers in his career as a starter and a reliever, and you see obviously he's been much more efficient, much more productive as a reliever. But this version of Ben Brown that's starting here tonight is a little bit different. Previously he was a 2-pitch guy. He was a 4-seamer and that curveball. Now it's 4-seamer, sinker, curveball, changeup. That'll play. That's 97 right through the heart of the zone.
Ezekiel Duran. Big series against the Yankees. 3 hits on Friday. Hit a home run yesterday.
Some of us are visual learners, so we're going to show you StatCast 3D, the pitch arsenal from Ben Brown. The 4-seamer, the curve, the sinker, and the changeup. And how often he uses each of those pitches. See? Now you get it.
Swanson first. 2 up, 2 down for Ben Brown and a pair of 6-3 putouts.
Yeah, sure. It's always a prudent strategy for a pitcher to get him to hit it to Dansby Swanson.
See that ground ball rate up. 24 and 25, and he starts it off consistent tonight. 2 batters, 2 groundouts. 3 batters. 3 grounders. Nico to first. A 1-2-3 inning for Ben Brown. Nice work. 1-0 Cubs. Will go to the second. 1-0 Cubs lead. Top of the second inning here at Globe Life Field. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays, Elise Menaker. And here for the Cubs, 7, 8, 9 due up. Start the second against Kumar Rocker. Former Texas Ranger Carson Kelly. First pitch is a strike. And former Texas Ranger Carson Kelly, current Chicago Cub Carson Kelly, getting on base at a high clip. Minimum 100 plate appearances. He's 4th. Cubs have 2 in the top 4. Kelly to short, picked by Seager, spins over to first, 1 away.
And we saw it with Brown, and expect to see it with Rocker as well. A lot of balls on the ground. Right-handed batters against Rocker this year. Ball in play, it's at 65% of the time it's on the ground. And most of you don't care about that, but some of you do. That some of you nerds out there like me that kind of get into some of these goofy numbers, that's a real high ground ball rate.
You just call yourself a nerd?
Yeah, well, just sometime nerd.
About that specific number?
Yeah, about some of that stuff.
A number that makes Lance Brostowski smile back in the studio.
Yeah, so those in the air numbers, and also includes line drives. And there's no slug on the ground, as we say often. Oh, that's bad luck.
Line drive right to Corey Seager.
That ball was blistered 108.6 miles per hour. Look where Seager's positioned before the pitch. He barely has to move half a step and a hop.
The shortstops in this game having fun thus far. Dansby Swanson, pair of putouts in the first. Corey Seager, pair of putouts in the second. And now Dansby Swanson up. First pitch, foul ball.
Rangers have been scuffling a bit here lately. 4-8 in their last 12 games. They've lost their last 3 series. They just dropped 2 out of 3 to the Yankees.
Dansby swings and misses. Rangers lost on Friday, won on Saturday, lost on Sunday.
Challenge for the Cubs. I mean, they had such a good vibe going at home. Can they take it on the road? They've only played 15 road games this year, tied for the fewest in MLB. This is a lengthy trip, at least in terms of games, because the final stretch of this road trip is in Chicago against the White Sox. But Rangers, Braves, and an improved White Sox team in the next 9 days.
Dansby in the air to center. Evan Carter moves back a step and makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second. There's a look at Globe Life Field. That's where we are. 1-0 Cubs lead. 1-0 Cubs lead, bottom 2. And Brown's second inning of work in his first start of the 2026 season. See Josh Young. Look at Globe Life Field. Young swings and misses. 96-mile-per-hour fastball from Ben Brown.
Young off to a real nice start this year, and he has not had any issues hitting in this ballpark. Maybe the power a little bit, but he's hitting .372 here at home this year. Former first-round pick, as was his brother.
Josh and Jace. Josh and Jason, we have Jim up here in the booth. All the Jays. Josh Young hitless in his last 2 games. Prior to that, 13-game hitting streak. He's hitting .418 with 4 homers in his previous 17 games. Left side, Bregman. One away. For more on Ben Brown, let's send it down to the field. Elise Menaker.
Alex, you guys have highlighted the expanded arsenal for Ben Brown, in particular with that sinker. I asked him about it because confidence, it's a funny thing in this game. And so I asked him if the sinker has given him confidence, or did he come into this season more confident, and then adding the sinker has just helped? Well, he said anytime you add a pitch to your arsenal, it gives you confidence, because especially with this pitch, he said that it's taking the stress off of other pitchers, the pressure off of other pitches. He can trust them with another ground ball now to Dansby Swanson. That's in part what the sinker is doing for him. He also said because the plane of his arm is similar, like the way he executes the pitch, it's similar to that knuckle curve. So he feels very comfortable executing it. So between how Ben Brown came into this season, I think mentally feeling confident, he adds the sinker, that's giving him more confidence. All in all, he said hitters, they can't just sit on a spot for me now.
Nicely done, Elise Menaker. Seamless play-by-play from you while being an all-star pickleball player as well. You are multi-dimensional.
I mean, the outfielders might as well just sit out. Peterson's pretty adept at getting that ball in the air, however. we thought 2 innings for Ben Brown, but I mean, the way he's rolling right now, he might be out there for another one. He's only thrown 16 pitches.
5 batters face, 5 groundouts.
What was the change up there at 92 miles per hour?
So would you call that a power change?
Yeah, I would.
Swing and a miss. There's a knuckle curve from Ben Brown. Off speed here to Jock Peterson. That is former Chicago Cub Jock Peterson, 2021. 73 games, 13 homers, got dealt to Atlanta. It started that exodus in 2021. One in the dirt. There's Jock. 418 slugging, drove in 39. Got dealt to Atlanta for Bryce Ball. Three-two. Do it again. JD Ben Brown went from a 2-pitch pitcher to a 4-pitch pitcher. We've seen all 4 pitches tonight.
Yeah, and as makes this transition, and he does indeed end up back in the rotation regularly. I think that's what we're going to see going forward.
Foul away. Now, you don't see many starters with 2 pitches, but 3 with an extra 4th pitch with the changeup.
Well, if you look at his numbers as a starter, 3rd time through the order, it gets pretty ugly. So that's the challenge. When you're facing hitters for a 3rd time and you've only got 2 pitches, they pretty much can lock in. You get used to seeing the spin of the breaking ball. They can track the fastball better, so it's always nice to have another option. There are outliers, of course. Justin Steele has been really good as a 2-pitch pitcher, but it's the unusual characteristics of his fastball that allows him to do that. And he can change the shape on his breaking pitch as well. But that's, Justin's kind of an outlier in that regard.
Walk, and there's a drive to left. And half shy of the warning track, makes the catch. Ben Brown, 2 scoreless frames. Good work. Nico Horner starts things off for the Cubs in the 3rd. Second trip around the line of 1-0 Cubs lead. Odds brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Nico Horner starts things off. Takes the ball. JD, through the first couple half-inning breaks, you were messing with some monitors and your stuff. Did you get everything figured out?
Yeah, I had to change some wires here.
It's pretty impressive.
Jen was awesome. It was like we were like a NASCAR pit crew up here.
We really were. It's like musical chairs, a little twister.
Yeah. Unplug this, plug it in over here. And I don't have skills when it comes to that kind of stuff. So thankfully, Jen was here to make it happen.
Things that we have to do to give you an adequate broadcast. Man.
Well, just to give the people at home a peek under the hood of our little operation up here, we have 2 monitors, each of us. One's program, one's ISO. On the ISO monitor, they show us stuff in between. And these 2 monitors are like they're 18 inches apart. And it was freaking me out having to look right for program as opposed to left.
Nico grounds out. Welcome to the broadcast booth, brought to you by Budweiser. Cubs fans for 150 years. This Bud's for you.
Yeah, and I think what really got me messed up was when we came in here tonight, this monitor here, it's got a little piece of tape that says PGM program, and this one says ISO. But they were doing the wrong job, and it just freaked me
out.
And instead of just looking over here, which any normal person would have done. I was like, I think I need to change this.
Wait.
ISO's over here, ISO monitor. ISO is like when Mike Leary, the producer, wants to show us some graphics before we put it on the air. He'll preview it there, or if he wants to take a shot of the mariachi band playing, and we can watch the mariachi band play. He'll
Good idea. I like it.
And then we'll show you good people later on. That's Jen back there who helped out admirably. Yeah.
JD looks like he's calling out audibles right now. He's sitting one monitor, next monitor, laptop. Give your iPad up there too.
You gotta have all the screens, Alex. You know.
Too much sensory overload for me. Conforto to center. Evan Carter back, and he makes it over the shoulder catch.
Cub fans, visit Cubs Trending inside the Marquee Sports app for all the top highlights, interviews, and must-watch moments all season long. Presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent. Visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Loud, raucous boos for the former Astro, Alex Bregman.
Struck out first at bat.
They have a thing down here when the Astros play the Rangers. They call it the Lone Star Series. And the winner of the series every year gets the Silver Boot Award. At least they used to. I think they still do it.
But where do they put the boot? It's just in
Just
the
whoever
stadium?
wins it. Whoever wins it takes ownership of the boot. And, somebody brings it home and sticks it in a closet in all likelihood.
Two balls, no strikes. Bregman rips it foul.
He was ready. He was sitting on that fastball. Cubs have gotten off some good swings. PCA scalded the ball his first time up. Conforto just hit a rocket to center. Now Alex just a little bit out in front of that fastball.
Rocker delivers. Tomahawk foul. Bregman mired in a small slump, 171 over his last 12, but he has gotten on base during that stretch. OBP around 330. Two. It's a call, third strike. Bregman looks back, doesn't challenge. It was close. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 1-0 Cubs will go to the bottom of the third. On Monday, May 18th, the Brewers come to town for the first time this season. Tickets for the 3-game series are still available at Cubs.com/tickets. Ben Brown on the mound. Third inning of work. Fires a strike at 97.
Yeah, that's fresh. 97 right at the knees. So efficient through two, gets back out there for a third inning of work.
Longest outing this season, by the way, 3 1/3. Did that twice his first 2 outings of the season. Alejandro Ozuna. Line drive to center. Pete Crow Armstrong in, and he makes the catch. A slide for show. One away.
Time for the Allstate Good Hands replay. PCA, the top defender in baseball by outs above average, closing in a hurry on that sinking line drive. Nice little pop-up slide. Maybe not the full pop-up. You get the idea. I just want to do a montage of all of our pitchers clapping
When PCA
when
makes,
Pete makes a play, or Dansby behind him, and Nico just...
Everybody clap your hands. Happens frequently. Specs on Danny Jansen.
Danny was born, I believe, in the Chicago area, grew up in Wisconsin. At some point along the way, he had difficulty seeing at night. His vision was a little bit blurry. His glasses helped clean that up for him.
He was born in Elmhurst.
There you go. Yeah, somewhere in the Chicago area.
Lengthy big league career. Jansen to left. Ian Happ makes the catch. Now second trip around the order. Second at bat for Brandon Nimmo. Katie, when doing my homework on the series, saw Brandon Nimmo was drafted in 2011, which was the same year as Kyle Hendricks, drafted by the Rangers in 2011. 15 years ago.
Nimmo out of high school in Wyoming, right? He's from Wyoming. Yeah. A ton of players come out of Wyoming. As a matter of fact, nobody born in Wyoming has hit more home runs than Brandon Nimmo. That man right there put together a very nice career.
Back to back 20+ home run seasons. 24, 23, and 25. And 25 last season for the Mets, a career high. I was looking at his draft class. 2011, really good. Francisco Lindor, Garrett Cole. Those are just first-round picks. Mookie Betts later in the draft. Already talked Hendricks. Swing and a miss, strike three. Ben Brown. 3 scoreless frames in his first start so far. Ian Happ responsible for the only run today. He leads off as we start the 4th. A beautiful look at Arlington, Texas. Texas Live. Lowe's, the old ballpark at Arlington with Jerry World just out of screen. We're here at Globe Life Field. Ian Happ, first at bat. 2-out RBI single. On base streak at 29 games. Just got a piece of that one. Takes it upstairs. Not much scoring so far. Jim Deshaies, big reason why. Ben Brown, 3 scoreless innings.
Yeah, really impressive work from Ben. And bullpen is quiet. Looks like he's going back out there.
Even this strike 2. Yesterday extended his on-base streak to 28 games with a walk and a run scored. Already with a hit tonight. Takes it low.
Rocker was originally drafted by the Mets, 10th overall pick in 2021. They didn't like the medicals on him, didn't sign him. He went and pitched a year of independent ball and was drafted number 3 overall by the Rangers the following season.
Leadoff walk to Ian Happ.
It's kind of a swing and a miss by the Mets to take him with the 10th overall pick in the draft, and ended up, not signing him.
So it benefited Kumar Rocker, got drafted 7 spots higher. Draft, really helped the Rangers, didn't help the Mets.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think I think if you don't sign your pick, you get compensation. You know, the next year you get a pick somewhere in the draft, but it wouldn't be as high as number 10. And, you know, probably some kind of a sandwich pick between rounds. And I may be all wet on that. I'm not sure.
I think you're right. Pretty good based off of memory. Say swings and misses. Prior to his stint in Indy ball, Kumar Rocker, a fellow Vanderbilt Commodore. Ian Dansby Swanson, separated by 3 years. No, a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Bad math.
Yeah, he was originally drafted out of high school by the Rockies, 38th round. Started his collegiate career at Vandy.
Drafted out of Vandy in 2021. Dansby in 15, so 6 years. Balls, 2 strikes to Seiya Suzuki. Take it outside, a little bit high. Rocker has already walked Seiya once.
I'd be tempted to start Ian here.
He's off. Seiya grounds it foul.
Because of the ground ball tendencies of Rocker and the fact that he's not particularly quick to the plate, so even if you get a swing and miss from Suzuki at home plate with a halfway decent jump, you probably should be able to steal the bag.
He's off. Chopper foul.
And getting his steps in. So is she.
Ball girls in medium depth left field.
5 for 5 this year are base stealers against Rocker, and in his career when he's been on the mound, opponents are a perfect 17 out of 17. And again, in this ballpark where it doesn't give up a lot of home runs, the running game becomes a little bit more important.
Seiya in the air to left center field. Evan Carter races back to the wall. It is gone.
Like I was saying, in this ballpark that doesn't yield a lot of home runs, the running game becomes more important.
Seiya says, see ya. 7th of the year. 2-run shot. 3-0 comes in the 4th.
Home run replay brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. Now they're trying to crowd him. You saw where Jansen was set up, trying to run that fastball back in on his hands. It's out over the plate a little bit. And a no doubter in this big yard. Suzuki delivers home run number 7.
JD, I thought the yard was big. I don't understand.
Yeah, Seiya can make him play small.
To the back of the bullpen.
Remarkable that the Rangers have only hit 7 home runs here in their home ballpark.
Both clubs have found. You look at their lineup. There are guys that are supposed to hit homers. Brandon Nimmo, 320+ home run seasons. Corey Seager. 20-plus home run hitter. Jock Peterson's hit a lot of home runs. Jake Berger hit 34 home runs in 2023.
Berger's hit 6 home runs this year. They've all been on the road. Digging these unis, these Tejas unis the Rangers are wearing in their City Connect uniform. The whole vibe going here. The big mariachi band's been playing at times between innings. Lease is going to go get a giant sombrero full of nachos at some point this weekend.
Is that confirmed? Is he going to bring it up to us, hypothetically speaking?
I don't know.
We can confirm it. We're confirming it right now.
I think Elise ought to buy it's a sombrero, it's a hat you wear, and he's got the nachos and whatever else going on in it.
I mean, if I wore a hot dog costume, you don't think I'm going to put a sombrero nacho on my head?
Right, yeah. Once you've jumped over that bar. And I think what you should do is just walk along the concourse with the signs and free nachos and just let people
I would
nachos
totally
out of
do
your,
that.
Yeah.
Be a fan favorite. Pop-up foul ball. Fans, look it up. It's a souvenir sombrero. And it's not just nachos. I think it's just like Mexican food delight.
Yeah,
there's tortillas in there.
Yeah, there's a whole buffet in there, a whole platter.
Here's half of it. Got the nachos, just missing the sombrero.
Oh yeah, don't be shy with those peppers.
Look at the jalapenos there.
Bushy's really making him work.
Making the Kumar Rocker pitch count less than efficient. 72 pitches. 3+ innings.
Yeah, you know, I haven't really locked in on his pitch mix here tonight, but for me, he's throwing a lot more cutters than I anticipated.
Great at bat.
Yeah, that's a physically and mentally taxing at bat that he just put on Rocker. All the pitches he made him throw, and the fact that he couldn't finish him off. That's why Jansen's out there to have a chat.
So Seiya Suzuki saw 8 pitches in homer. Michael Busch saw 10 pitches and just threw a walk.
Jordan Teagues is the pitching coach for Skip Schumacher. Skip Schumacher, the new manager of the Rangers.
You know what threw off Kumar Rocker? He had to switch his undershirt.
Yeah.
From white to red.
So here's the one thing, right? That obviously, as a pitcher, you should know you can't go out there with white sleeves like you tried to do at the start of the game. But you would think the pitching coach, the bullpen catcher, any of his teammates that happened to see him would have said, "Hey, Kumar, can't wear the white sleeves."
I think it registered for them. They were laughing in the dugout.
Yeah, or maybe that's what they were doing. Let him trot out there with the white sleeves.
Like a test. On to Carson. Grounded to second. Diving play by Duran from his knees to second. And it gets Michael Busch. Ezekiel Duran, nice play, one away.
Boy, big time play by Duran out there. And this ball was by him. Pretty slick.
Here's Pete Crow Armstrong. Inside. Pete in his first at bat. Line out to Corey Seager. Hit at about 109 miles per hour. Gets away from Danny Jansen. Carson Kelly to second.
Overthrows that slider. Jansen tries to square up behind it. Can't quite get there in time, so it kicks off to the right. Good read by Carson. RBI opportunity for PCA. Ball PCA hit his first time up. Only the Suzuki home run. The higher exit velo than Pete's line drive.
Yeah, it said about 109 miles an hour. What was it? 108.6, 108.4. It's over 108. But I like to round up. 108.6. It's like rounding up the grade point average. You know when he got like an 89.5 in school, or for me 79.5. Got to round up to whole number.
Yeah, nice fat round number. Move up a letter grade.
Talking about on base streaks, Ian Happ up to 29. PCA coming into the game, an 11 game on base streak. Wave and a miss, strike three.
Upper Deck Golf returns to Wrigley Field for 3 days only, Thursday, May 14th through Saturday, May 16th. Swing away at 9 locations throughout the ballpark. Book your tee time at upperdeckgolfing.com/Wrigley Field.
Commodore versus Commodore as Dansby fouls the first pitch into the dugout.
PCA with like a mulligan on his last swing. Speaking of golf swings.
Dansby swings and misses. I've never done that. I've always wanted to. I mean, I've taken plenty of mulligans, but never gone to a ballpark, give me a nice wedge, and hit out onto the field.
Yeah. Never done that either.
Look, that would be fun.
That'd be fun. I would love to go do the Wrigley Field thing.
I feel like I would just try to swing way too hard. Try to put it over the fence or into the seats.
Over the center field scoreboard.
Yeah. Probably pull a muscle. Dirt. Kumar Rocker at 86 pitches.
It's really interesting because normally when you think about an extreme ground ball pitcher, as Rocker has been, you just don't anticipate all these deep counts. Sinkers, try to get the ball put in play early. It's like he throws sinkers. He gets a lot of ground balls, but he's trying to get swing and miss. It's kind of the vibe you get watching him pitch. And the other piece of it, of course, is this lineup that he's up against is really disciplined.
Kumar Rocker about to throw his 39th pitch of the inning.
What if on the pitch comm on your hip there, you had a button that called the dugout, and you just pushed the button and said, "Man, I'm gassed."
Wow.
Better get somebody up, Skip.
Three-two. Dansby left side, backhanded Seager, throws on the run, not in time. Dansby swats and extends the inning. Infield single. Cubs have runners at first and third.
And Seager's ability to glove it saves a run for now. The only way he's going to throw out Dansby here is if Dansby steps on a banana peel going down the line. Nice glove work. Kind of a risky throw, really, with the man on second base. You throw that away, that's a cheap run.
He didn't. It's time for a pitching change, brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Never miss a moment of Cubs baseball with the Marquee app presented by Miller Lite. Scan the QR code now to stream live game shows and other exclusive Cubs content. So Kumar Rocker out. Cal Quantrill in.
Quantrill is down to AAA, called up in the middle of April. Former starter, now working out of the pen.
Go back to first. Not in time to get Dansby. It was close.
Moving along.
Dansby's off. Throw down to second, and Dansby Swanson steals second. Said they were going to run a lot on Kumar Rocker. Will they run on Cal Quantrill?
Yeah, the catchers for the Rangers don't throw particularly well either. A big leg kick, long stride, and not a particularly strong throw from Jansen, and Dansby's in there. So two in scoring position now.
Nico grounds it to second. Duran to first. And it ends a lengthy fourth. But Cubs get two more runs on one swing. Seiya Suzuki, 7th homer of the season. Cubs lead 3-0.
It is the bottom of the fourth, and the Cubs, they're up 3-0 here. Ben Brown still in the game, and that's in part because he has been very efficient. 9 of the 10 batters he has faced, I want to see this one. Okay, this is a ball. So now 9 of the 11 batters he has faced has seen first pitch strike. So he's still out there in part because he has been really efficient. Craig Counsell said before the game that they're going to start stretching out Ben Brown and Javier Assad. They're going to see where that takes them and then just kind of go from there. But with this being the situation, Counsell said that, you know, on these days, the bullpen, they might have to put in more work. But guys, so far the way Brown is going, it kind of reminds me of, remember Cade Horton last year when he had a pitch count and he was just really efficient? You know, Ben Brown just going out there knowing, hey, you know, it might not be out there for long. And he's like, guess again.
Here for a good time, not a long time. One-two.
Ryan Rollison has started to warm in the Cub bullpen. What Counts told us, you know, Assad would likely pitch in this game, but he said depending on when Ben's night ends, what pocket of hitters were due up, we might see Rollison first. They may have had a plan scripted going into this one, and the plan might have been not 4 innings out of Ben Brown. We'll see how far he's able to take it here.
3-2.
Could be his last hitter.
It's a called third strike. brings up Corey Seager.
Likes to get after that first pitch.
Swings at the first pitch, backhanded by Bush, underhands to Brown, 2 outs.
Well, all the bad news the Cubs have seen this year with all the pitching injuries. This is some good news here. The performance from Ben Brown tonight as he gets stretched out. A ton of ground balls, especially early on. A lot of weak contact. Jumping ahead of these Ranger hitters. A couple of punch outs. Got Nimmo, got Duran to start this inning. 6 outs on the ground, 3 in the air. A couple of punch outs. He's not allowed a base hit. Just 1 base runner. The 2-out walk to Peterson in the second.
Fouled away. Impressive to see Brown doing this in the 4th inning. That long top half of the 4th inning for the Cubs. Ben Brown had to wait 26 minutes between pitches. Hit to third. Bregman feels it in foul territory. It's not easy to do in general with Ben Brown, second time around the order in his first start of the season.
I just think he's feeling really good out there. I mean, he's been consistently in the zone with his stuff.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ben Brown, first start of the year, 4 scoreless, hitless innings. Nothing Cubs lead, top 5. Michael Conforto takes a first pitch high. Ben Brown. Big time handshake. Well deserved. What a start. We are possibly 2 innings, got 4 scoreless.
Yeah, really clean, efficient work from Ben here tonight. A lot of strikes. He's talked earlier about the confidence. Now he's got this more diverse pitch mix. A lot of things trending in the right direction for the big righty.
As good as he's been as a reliever, you could see why initially he came up as a starter, just pumping the zone. 96, 97 now. A 3-pitch mix with an extra 4th. That 4th being the changeup. Pop up from Conforto. Third base side foul. Towards the dugout.
Michael Conforto, it seems like over the last couple weeks or so, he gets off his A swing pretty much every plate appearance. Yesterday had a big day. There's a long one. Squares up another ball. There's double. So single double home run in the ball game yesterday. 7 out of his last 14 coming into play here tonight. He's doubled and lined out like deep to center.
His double, he hit 84 miles per hour. His line out, he had well over 100. Baseball evens out. It's a called 3rd strike.
I think he was contemplating a challenge on that one. And let's see. Good thing he didn't use it.
Chorus of boos for Alex Bregman. We're talking about Michael Conforto getting off his A swing. Can you enlighten fans, me, what you consider an A swing, what baseball considers?
Just an aggressive, not hesitant, turning it loose. Look at Quantrill take charge.
Almost overran it.
His dad Paul, who pitched in the big leagues for a long time, would be proud. Most career games pitched. Last name starts with Q. Chad Qualls, longtime Astro bullpen guy. Quantrill, Jack Quinn from the way back days. Dan Quisenberry, man, he was a beauty. What a character he was. Lost him way too Soon, Quintana, Quackenbush, and Paul Son Cal. The familial stuff runs deep with this club, doesn't it? Cal's dad played in the big leagues. Jack Leiter, who we see tomorrow, Dad Al, had a long career. Jock Peterson's dad spent some time in the big leagues.
Jason Josh Young.
Young brothers, yeah. What's happening here?
They were talking about a challenge.
Oh. Skip is saying we've got 3 seconds.
All right, give him the challenge. Why not?
Yeah, waving it off. 1001, 1002. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. No, you can't challenge. Be careful what you ask for, because you'll waste the challenge. There's Al Leiter. Man, what a career he had.
Look at him coming to the game, not even when Jack's pitching.
His mom, Al's wife, threw out the first pitch tonight.
Oh, nice.
To Jack, yeah. Memorial or Mother's Day weekend.
You know, we didn't bring up Kyle and Corey Seager.
Yep. Well, the topic is still open for conversation. You don't have to.
Hit hard to right. Caught by Brandon Nimmo. Half hit it hard, retired for the first time. Scoreless half an inning, 3-0 Cubs.
Advocate Healthcare cornerstone, and we shine a light on Lenny Randall. He was the first batter in Texas Rangers history. April 15, 1972, was a Cub in 1980. Everybody remembers Lenny trying to blow a ball foul rolling down the third baseline. That was in '81 with the Mariners. A funk musician. He did stand-up comedy. Played a little pro ball in Italy after his MLB career.
Renaissance man.
Ryan Rollison, first man out of the chute for the Cubs here tonight.
Pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. 7th appearance for Rollison. Nice pitch.
Yeah. Good breaking pitch. We've seen fastball in the mid-90s. Tough AB for a left-handed hitter. Ryan's done a real nice job after his promotion. Had one rocky one, but other than that, he's been solid and at times spectacular. Picked up back-to-back wins, a couple of those walk-off games.
Two for Rollison. Rollison, first rounder, 22nd overall, 2018 by the Rockies out of Ole Miss.
Oh, that's a good pitch. Supposed to swing at that. That's a heck of a take. Strike the ball, breaking ball, diving right off that outside corner.
Left on left too. Got to see a pitch hitter. One of the elder statesmen of Major League Baseball, Andrew McCutchen.
McCutchen had hoped he would be able to finish his career in Pittsburgh, but that didn't work out, so he took his game down here to the Metroplex. Carter has outstanding speed, but not getting a good read with the lefty Rolison on the mound. He was going back to the bases. That pitch was being delivered.
So Rolison walks Carter. 2-0 to McCutchen. And now 3-0.
That'll probably get the bullpen phone ringing. That definitely will.
Carter walks. McCutchen walks.
Carson Kelly walks to the mound. Tommy Hotovy walks to the mound. Scramble time in the bullpen. Somebody needs to get hot.
Javier Sada working at a feverish pace. Cubs up 3-0. RBI single Ian Happ. 2-run home run Seiya Suzuki.
Well, Ryan gets the call with a couple of left-handed bats due. He walks Carter. Rangers deploy McCutchen off the bench. He draws the walk. Now a dangerous right-handed bat, and Berger steps up there. The first time tonight, the Rangers fans getting a little stirred up.
First pitch strike.
The hitter is shouting strike call.
So ABS is powered by T-Mobile. First challenge. And it's a ball.
Calls overturned. Texas has 2 challenges remaining.
Challenge accepted. Pop up from Berger. Towards short. Dansby. 1 out. JD, you surprised to see Berger swinging away there after 2 walks and a 1-0 count?
No. If I have power in that situation, I want him swinging if he gets a pitch. Another pinch hitter here. Foscue.
Justin Foscue up.
I thought maybe he was really popular here, but no, they're just putting Get Loud on the big video board.
So no Justin Foscue.
It's not all about you, Justin. Yeah, I know.
Darn. Breaking ball from Rolison. Rangers going to their bench here in the 5th.
Foskew's had just a couple of at-bats so far this year. A cup of coffee last year. 42 at-bats in 2024. So he hasn't spent a lot of time at the big league level.
Came up from AAA Round Rock. Line drive left field, base hit, Justin Foscue. That'll score Evan Carter. Runner stops at second. Justin Foscue RBI single. Rangers have their first hit. Rangers have their first run.
And the walks come back to bite Ryan. A spinner that kind of stayed up. Foscue puts a real good swing on it. All-time .273 hitter in the minor leagues.
That brings out correct counsel. Rollison out after a third of an inning. This pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Pitching change here in the fifth. In Arlington, 3-1 Cubs lead, but the Rangers have 2 on. 1 out. Pitching change here for the Cubs. Javier Assad relieves Ryan Rollison.
7th appearance for Assad, 20 1/3 innings and a 7.08 ERA. He's allowed 16 earned runs this year. 15 of them came in 2 outings.
First pitch is a strike.
Phillies dropped a 9 spot on him in a start in Philadelphia back on April 13th, and then the Dodgers got him for 6 and 2 1/3 on the 25th of April.
It gets away from Carson Kelly. Move the base runners. McCutchen to third. Bosque to second.
It's way out in front of home plate.
One. Foul ball.
What a punch out, Javi.
Really close. Seen the fastball velo from Assad surge up from 2025 to 2026. That was a 94. 2-2. Pop up. Nico Horner makes the catch. Works just like a strikeout. 2 away. Runners don't advance. Top of the order up for the Rangers.
Yeah, it's only the 5th inning, but this is obviously a critical moment in this ball game. Couple guys in scoring position for one of their best hitters.
Nimmo swings and misses.
Cheesed him. 94 right by him.
One. Hit to center. Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch. Nice job. Javier Assad strands a pair. Brandon Nimmo lines out. Big reaction from Javi. 3-1 Cubs lead.
We continue to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the 2016 championship. Our Prevagen memorable moment takes us back on this day, 2016. Javi Baez hits a walk-off bombski in the 13th inning on Mother's Day. The win completed a 4-game sweep of the Nationals with the win. The Cubs are 24-6, their best 30-game start since the 1907 team had the same record at that point in the season. Things very reminiscent, guys, of what's happening now in 2016.
Yeah, some similarities.
Elise, are you promising a World Series championship for the Chicago Cubs?
I think she is.
Did I just predict it and call it?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Well, I think fans would be mad at me if I were to say that right now. But, I mean, I'm just saying it's a little eerie at times when we're talking about the start of the season and what they did then.
Good backtrack. You know, if they don't, it's the broadcaster jinx. Seiya Suzuki last at bat, 2-run home run. Could have been. Hit to second. Duran to first.
If you think today was hard, try living one day in this man's life. Liam's had 5 heart surgeries. Let's go, Liam!
One of my best days ever.
It was actually Justin Foscue at second. Duran moved to left, with Alejandro Ozuna being pinch hit for. Bush lines it foul. To the seats. A lot of Cubs fans here, JD. A lot of Jim DeShays fans here, JD. Jim was standing in between innings, waving like he was at a pageant.
Yeah, there are a lot of Cub fans right down below us. Very loyal group. Cubs well represented here tonight. We'll get a "Let's Go Cubs" chant going. Rile these people up.
Want to start it? Maybe in between innings.
Yeah, I would want to be screaming into my microphone. I mean, not that I haven't done it in the past.
Two to Michael Bush. Michael Bush last at bat. Kumar Rocker battling. Couple foul balls. Bush drew a walk. During a stretch, Rocker faced Suzuki. Michael Bush, he threw 18 pitches combined in those at bats. Draws another walk.
Folks, May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. On Monday, May 18th, the Cubs will celebrate with special entertainment, music, and in-game recognitions. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Cubs Heritage jersey presented by House Foods. Don't miss this offer. Don't you dare.
I'll do it. Kelly 0 for 2 tonight. Fielder's choice in the 4th. Inside, Carson Kelly, one of the few Cubs players with Rangers ties. 2024, spent the second half of the season with Texas. Off. No throw, and an easy stolen base for Michael Bush.
You know they're in go mode when Bushy's stealing bases. Huge jump. It was actually a good decision by Jansen not to make a throw, just try to frame the pitch.
Another one inside by Quantrill. The other players on this Cubs active roster play for the Rangers. All pitchers: Hobie Milner, Jacob Webb, Phil Maton. And fouls it off his front foot. Also Shelby Miller, a former Ranger, but he's on the injured list. Well, Maton, Milner, and Webb all pitched for the Rangers in some capacity last year.
Yeah, it was like he made a line change. He took those 3 guys out of the Ranger bullpen and stuck them in the Cub bullpen.
Kelly stays alive.
Obi pitched collegiately over in Austin at UT.
Also from the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. Swing and a miss. Kelly winced, but more in frustration.
He has such a good idea of the strike zone. Rarely does he expand like that. Something, I don't know, something didn't feel right, I don't think. The way he finished his swing. So if they check on him, hopefully nothing significant going on there. Looks like he's okay, yeah. Ramp. One of the trainers over to check with him. I'm good.
It's upstairs. Line out and a strikeout. Runner on second, Michael Busch. He takes it upstairs.
PCA strong pull on the infield. Pretty much straight up in the outfield, deep and right. They've been in the outfield pretty much straight up on everybody.
Steps out of the box. 4 home runs this season, none bigger than the home run against Graham Ashcraft. Fouls that back.
Yeah, the Cubs have had about 7. Hey, that's been the best game of the year so far this year, games already. Just missed unloading on that one.
Pete to left. Heading back, can't get it. One hops over the wall. Pete Crow Armstrong to second. Michael Busch scores RBI double PCA. It's 4-1 Cubs.
Duran, the left fielder, was not playing particularly deep, nor would you anticipate playing deep to the off-field. PCA showing really good power the other way. Got the Cub fans chanting here in Arlington. Insurance runs are brought to you by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and people strategy partner. This one stays in. It's likely 3 bases for Pete.
Really good 2-strike swing. On base streak for Pete, now at 12. Yep.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Pete and his ability to hit the ball in the air with authority, you know, mostly to the pull side. And we've talked a lot about the value in being able to do that pull in the air. That's where a lot of slugging comes from. But in certain counts, certain situations, certain pitches, you have to have the ability to adjust your swing and your approach. And I feel like he's been doing a lot more work the other way here lately. And that home run at Wrigley was to left center on that backdoor breaking ball. Cubs kind of in this flow right now. They give up a run, they get it right back.
Looking for their 10th consecutive win. Remember, the Cubs have already had a 10-game winning streak, April 14th to April 24th.
Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? 2 10-game winning streaks within the first 39 games of the season.
Pete's off. Dansby swings and misses, but Pete easily steals third. Second stolen base of the inning, third of the game.
And they're not doing really anything out there to check him. With that bouncing lead, able to just ease on into third base. They're going to defend the stolen base with 2 outs in the inning, hold their ground.
Swanson in the air to right. Nimmo in a couple steps, and he makes the catch. Cubs score a run. RBI double. Pete Crow Armstrong. 4-1 game here in the 6th. Bottom 6 here at Globe Life Field. 4-1 Cubs lead. Opener of a 3-game series in Arlington. Opener of a 9-game road trip. Javier Assad, second inning of work, fires a strike. Oh, 1. This is away. Cubs 18-5 at home, 8-7 on the road. They played 5 series on the road, lost 2 of 3 against Cleveland, won 2 of 3 against Tampa, which proves to be really impressive right now. You look at Tampa's record, came into today 25-12 this season. Won 2 of 3 in Philly, lost 2 of 3 in LA, and won 2 of 3 in San Diego. Line to right, and a single for Ezekiel Duran.
Duran's been swinging a hot bat here of late, having a nice game, made a real nice play out there at second base. Now he's in left, so good young versatile player. He's got plus speed. Probably not looking to run in this situation, but worth keeping an eye on.
So Corey Seager. And swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Jim, you look at these Cubs road series, no sweeps, but they haven't gotten swept. They've salvaged series on the road.
I think, you know, as well as they're playing at home, they got a batter's challenge here. Quite often your thinking is hold your own, play 500 on the road, do a lot of damage at home. You're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean, that was my question as a player. Did you guys even recognize that in the clubhouse? Or just like, all right, well, just no, you just wanted to win. You wanted to win every game.
You just play every game, every day.
But looking at it, 30,000-foot level from up here.
Well, it's a way to justify a loss. If you've won the first 2 games of a series and you lose it, then you say, hey, we took 2 out of 3, and that's great. But
not in the moment.
No. And that's the other conversation. You just win series. Just win games.
Yeah.
Just win the most games. That's what it's all about. This club, as good as they're playing right now, you know there's going to be moments this year where they hit a skid, drop 7 of 8, something like that. And it's kind of a tired cliche about not getting too high or don't get too low, but that's what it's all about. Understanding over the long haul, you're going to have those peaks and valleys.
Hit to second. Nico to second for 1. Dansby to first. It's a double play. Nice turn. 4-6-3. Nico to Dansby to Bush. Smooth. One, 2, 3 due up in the order for the Cubs here in the 7th. They lead 4-1. Cal Quantrill against Nico Horner.
Quiet night so far for Nico.
Takes a strike.
Look at his game log, and you're not going to find many 0 for 4s.
Go 1 for 4 yesterday, double and a walk. He's been on base in 16 out of his last 17 games. Walk rate up. Gives it foul.
We're talking earlier about all the family ties on this Rangers team, and mentioning that Cal's dad Paul had a long major league career. Well, his wife, her dad was Andy Ashby, former Padre, long successful big league career.
Oof.
This is a Stanford v. Stanford matchup here. Quantrill and Nico. That's going to be talked about at the alumni game. What are you doing, man? Buzzing my tower.
They go to second, and a collision. Oh boy. Shoots into center field. Nico heading to second. He slides in and he's safe. Seager and Foscue collided, and Nico Horner takes advantage.
The error will go to Foscue here. You see where he's positioned, and he's coming hot. He was yielding to Seager there, but wasn't able to get out of the way. Good heads up base running here by Nico. Sees the ball trickle into center field.
Conforto pops it up, foul and out of play. And it's interesting, you watch this Rangers team, and when you see them make a defensive miscue like that, it makes you really recognize how good the Cubs defense is.
Yeah, the Cubs night after night. I mean, yeah, every now and then they're going to make an error, but it's so tight, so clean.
Off the corner. And it's not just this series. I mean, you look back to the Reds, their defensive snafu on Sunday. Hayes throws home. It's not a force. A run scores. You just don't see that very often with this Cubs defense. Not just up the middle with Nico, Dansby, short and second, Pete in center. They're really good. Conforto check swing. Nope. Jim, you were talking about the Battle of Stanford. Quantrill graduated or was drafted in 2016. Nico drafted in 2018. So a little bit of crossover. Separation of 2 years.
Tommy Edman also teammate of Nico's at Stanford. I don't know if Quantrill and Nico were teammates there. Seems like it.
This is low, ball 4. Fans, for a limited time, you can purchase an ALS t-shirt from Avia Shirts at ivyshop.com. All proceeds benefit Project Main Street, a nonprofit dedicated to assisting those living with ALS. Head over to Ivy Shop now to get yours. First and second, nobody out. First pitch to Bregman. It's a strike. Let's hit it down to Elise Maneker.
Alex, you touched on the offense, how they just continue to put pressure on, what that can do to defenses. And then you have this guy at the plate that even on a day so far like today where he doesn't have a hit, he can always have an impact on this team. That's what I had asked Craig Counsell about, just this group offensive mindset that Bregman has.
Liner into left center field. A base hit for Alex Bregman. Runners move station to station. Nico to third, Conforto to second, Bregman a single, bases loaded, back to Elise.
And so Alex, even though like now today just gets a hit, right? So keeps it going, keeps the line moving, but he's always thinking about everyone else at the same time. That's how Craig Counsell put it. He has eyes on everyone else, and all he wants to do is win. So he goes, yeah, Alex is probably off to a little bit of a slower start by his standards, but he goes, that kind of makes me happy in a weird way, because we know that there's still some good Alex Bregman that's still to come.
Bregman 1 for 4 today. Spins it foul.
That's the theory, right? The back of the baseball card theories is sooner or later a guy who's put up a resume like Bregman is going to figure it out and start to put up some numbers.
A foul ball from Happ. Look at Alex Bregman, his 162 game averages, 271 hitter, 841 OPS. So coming into today, Bregman was hitting 240 with a 686 OPS, and yet the Cubs still doing this. Happ fouls it into the seats. Ian got the scoring started. First inning, 2 out, RBI single. Scored Michael Conforto. Also has drawn a walk and scored a run. This is away. Big spot for the Cubs on the road, up 4-1. Have the bases loaded. Nobody out in the 7th. Hit to second. Foscue fires home, and they get the force. Fielder's choice, Ian Happ, and now the base is loaded with 1 out.
Moments in the Rangers dugout right now with Suzuki up there, the way he's been swinging it, and the bases loaded.
2-run home run in the 4th.
How far did it fly? Brought to you by American Airlines. We just got done talking about how big this ballpark is. He shrunk it a little bit. 419 feet. Score your next flight at AA.com. You shrunk it? You shrank it? You shrinked it?
I thought it applied.
Help me out.
I didn't think anything of it.
Help me out, you English teachers.
Not an English teacher. I thought the adjective worked. Oh, 2. Hit to third. Young fires home. Now the throw to first, and it's not in time. So back-to-back fielder's choice.
Doing a real nice job here, working around these choppy waters, trying to keep his team in the game. After the walk and an error, looked like a big inning might be headed the Cubs' way. A couple ground balls later, base is still loaded, and nobody's crossed home plate.
Here's Michael Busch. He's been on base twice with a pair of walks. Swing and a miss. Launcher pitch number 64. This is away. Kumar Rocker got the start. The Cubs just worked and worked and worked some more. Ran up that pitch count. Chase from the game early. Bush takes it away. Two 2-1 count to Michael Bush, and that will bring a meeting at the mound.
Something you don't see very often. Middle of an at-bat.
Katie, we just got informed that the past tense of shrink is shrank.
Shrank.
Thank you, Coop. Not only our statistician, but our resident English teacher.
Like the Grinch. Shrink, shrank, shrunk.
Yep. Two 1. Called strike.
Catching inside corner. Yes, he did. See if he comes back with that changeup he started him with.
Quantrill delivers.
Ooh. Maybe the message was trust your fastball and run it in there on his hands. Back-to-back heaters. This one he just overthrows, pulls it.
Full count, 2 outs, bags full. Runners off. Line drive left center. It's a hit for Michael Bush. Into the gap. 2-run score. Here comes another bases clearing double. Michael Bush, and the Cubs are up 7-1 to the 7th.
Well, they almost let him wiggle off the hook, but ultimately pulled him into the boat. Bushy delivers. Went back to that fastball one more time, 3 in a row. This one left out over the plate a little bit. Michael Bush having himself a night, a couple of walks, and it clears the bases. Great swing of the bat.
Bregman, Happ, Seiya all plated, and Michael Bush is starting to swing it. He had a bases clearing triple on Sunday, now a bases clearing double tonight. Kelly to short. Seager, long throw, gets Carson Kelly. It ends at top of the 7th, but not before Michael Bush. Bases clearing double. Look at the knock by Bushy. Perfect 2-out swing. 7-1 Cubs. Attention aspiring young broadcasters, submit your best play-by-play call of a Cubs highlight for a chance to win a VIP experience at Wrigley Field. Enter the Wintrust Junior Broadcaster Contest at MarqueeSportsNetwork.com/Junior Broadcaster or scan the QR code. That sounds fun. All right, here from Arlington, Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays, and let's send it down to Elise Menaker. Elise.
Alex, to keep the line moving on this team offensively and good things happen, that's exactly what Alex Bregman did last inning. He gets that first hit of the game, and maybe it's in part because he also did this. We've seen this before from Bregman. So earlier in the game, he has all the pink gear, and then last at bat, he goes with the blue. The blue had hits in it. When it's got knocks, Alex, you just go with it. Now he's grooving.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's grooving. Cubs are grooving. Up 7-1. Cubs got 4 scoreless, no-hit innings to start from Ben Brown. Ryan Rollison came in, and Javier Assad since. Doing good work.
Yeah, Javi now positioned with this comfortable lead, maybe to take this one to the house. So Ethan Roberts was just activated off the IL today. He might get a little action here tonight.
Roberts off the IL. Gavin Hollowell option. Hit in the air to right center. Pete Crow Armstrong calls off Seiya Suzuki and makes the catch.
So join us on Wednesday, May 20th to celebrate Mexican heritage. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Cubs Mexican Heritage jersey. Don't miss out on this offer. It's a handsome garment.
Andrew McCutchen takes a strike. First plate appearance, a walk.
Make it 8 consecutive losses for the Cincinnati Reds. They got thumped by the Astros tonight, 10-0. Nick Lodolo's return for Cincinnati.
Line out of play.
Lodolo went 5 1/3, allowed 4 runs. Reds just happy to have him healthy and back.
Remember, they lost a starter early yesterday. Rhett Lauder came in out with apparent injury in the 4th. They get one back. Still waiting on Hunter Green's 2026 debut.
Brewers beat the Yankees tonight in Milwaukee, shut him out 6-0 behind Mizorowski. It was Max Fried for the Yankees. Brewers touched him up a little bit, scored 5 runs off of him in 6. Mizorowski with 11 strikeouts.
Crowder to third, Bregman to first. It's Andrew McCutchen. Yankees came into today tied for the Cubs for the best record in baseball, 26-12. Milwaukee came in 19-16. I don't know if you saw the pitch velocity chart for the first inning for Jacob Mizorowski, but it was way too much red. I think he topped out at 103.6.
Is that right? Wow. The Braves also 26-12. They're in LA taking on the Dodgers. Early in that one, no score in the second.
It's an interesting stretch for the Braves, 26-12, but play LA and then you play the Cubs. That's pretty tough on paper. Berger pops it up. Shallow center. Swanson back. PCA calls him off and makes the catch. Nicely done, Javier Assad here from Globe Life Field. 7-1 Cubs lead. Will go to the 8th. Our game summary is brought to you by Wintrust. 7-1 Cubs lead. Ben Brown, great start. 4 scoreless no-hit innings. Ian Happ got the scoring started with an RBI single. Seiya Suzuki 2-run home run in the 4th. RBI double Pete Crow Armstrong, and then a bases clearing double from Michael Busch. Cubs are leading. Got some great dancing up here. Globe Life Field. Pete Crow Armstrong takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. And a new pitcher for the Rangers, Tyler Alexander.
The numbers are good for Alexander. The numbers are good overall for the Rangers bullpen. Top bullpen ERA and baseball heading into play here tonight.
Hit underneath the glove of Alexander. Tough play, no throw. Multi-hit game for Pete Crow Armstrong.
Just a little jam shot roller. Alexander thought about trying to make a play on it, then let it go. And we always advise pitchers to let those comebackers, when they're sharply hit, go. A softy like this with PCA going down the line is Alexander or nobody.
Watch him run. Already has a stolen base tonight. Dansby rips it to third. Play made. Throw to second for one. Over to first. A double play. That's around the horn. Leadoff single negated. And out 2 away. Alexander, 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Alexander was born in Chicago, but shortly after that, after being born, he moved to the Dallas area. Grew up a Ranger fan, now pitching for his hometown team.
Tyler Alexander against Nico Horner. Reached on an error to start the 7th. Nico to left center field. Carter into the gap. Evan Carter makes the catch. And Alexander faces the minimum in the top of the 8th. 7-1 Cubs. (7-1) Cubs lead. Bottom 8 here in Arlington. Game 1 of a 3-game series. Javier Assad, the bulk reliever for the Cubs tonight. This is Justin Foscue. JD offense has been good tonight, but Ben Brown really set the tone. Started 4 scoreless no-hit innings.
Yeah, really continuing to build off the good work he had been doing out of the bullpen. Now getting an opportunity to start, and positive step here tonight.
And out to right center. Pete Crow Armstrong tracking it down. Long run makes the catch. So 1 away. JD. Cubs won yesterday. How about Shota Imanaga?
Yeah, maybe been the best story for the Cubs this year individually. His bounce back after a rough go last season. He's been outstanding this year. Was again yesterday. Punched out 10 Reds. The second 10 strikeout game this year. He got 11 Phillies earlier this year. He allowed just a solo home run. Got a ton of swings and misses. His 2.28 ERA is good for 7th best in the National League.
He got 22 swings and misses. Our grounder to third. Nice play. Bregman to first. 2 outs. Jim, we have a Friday night crowd here, 32,394. Maybe 10,000 Cubs fans.
Good chunk. And, a lot of the Ranger fans, a number of them have headed for their cars. Bushy sent a bunch of people home when he cleared the bases with that double.
So I'm going to miss Brandon Nimmo.
Get in their car and ride home and listen to the great Eric Nadel call the rest of the game, and this is not a good sign.
Greg Counsell with Nick Frangella. Say it's positive body language from Javier Assad right now.
Yeah, I think it's just the way he finished his delivery. It looked a little awkward, and that got their attention. With all the pitching injuries the Cubs have had to deal with this year, it's like it's any little indication that something's, well, that right there, the way he kicked out his leg. Yeah, that's what it was.
There's a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Looks to be okay.
Maybe he got a little pebble in his shoe.
This is in. That can't be comfortable for a pitcher under follow through. That's close. The 3 consecutive balls from Javi. That brings a meeting at the mound.
Well, you got a 6-run lead. It's the 8th inning, so obviously you don't want to walk somebody here. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to throw a fastball. Just what you feel comfortable throwing for a strike in this situation.
Ball fouls it away. Three-two. Upstairs, ball 4. Two-out base runner. Javier Assad at 40 pitches.
Rangers held to just 2 base hits here tonight. Pinch hit single and plated a run in the 5th by Foscue, and leadoff single by Duran in the 6th. So that had a whole lot of traffic.
Duran to center. He drifting into left center. Makes the catch. Javier Assad, another scoreless inning. 7-1 Cubs lead. Let's go to the 9th.
Cubs are teaming up with Advocate Healthcare and other partners for Cubs for a Cure, a multi-day fundraiser supporting the fight against cancer. Tune in to 104.3 FM. The Score's 24-hour radiothon simulcast right here on Marquee starting May 21st. And join us at Wrigley Field on May 23rd to help support the cause. Visit Cubs.com/Cubs for a Cure.
New pitcher for the Rangers, Jacob Junis.
Another guy out of that bullpen that's putting together solid numbers, a 1.76 ERA. He doesn't strike out many. Strikeout rate about half league average. So keep the walks down.
6 consecutive scoreless appearances.
If you look at the makeup of the Rangers bullpen, and they don't have a lot of big power arms out there. So Duran has moved over to right field, hits 3rd position tonight as Haggerty takes over in left.
Bordeaux swings and misses. So Duran playing his 3rd position. JD, pro ball, minor league ball, probably not major league ball. Have you ever seen somebody play all 9 positions in one game?
Have I seen it?
Do you remember it?
I mean, I'm aware of it happening.
But not in any game that you played.
I don't think so.
It's all once in the minors. Levi Jordan. Conforto rips it to right. And a leadoff single for Michael Conforto.
Well, Conforto continues. We talked earlier about him getting off his A swing. Well, here's another example. Foot down in time. His bat flies through the zone. Man, he's locked in.
Conforto now on base 3 times tonight. Double walk and a single after a 3-hit day yesterday. Bregman takes a strike. Single in the 7th. Scored one of the 3 runs. Swing and a miss.
If you think today was hard, try living one day in this man's life. Liam's had 5 heart surgeries. Go, Liam!
One of my best days ever.
Top 9, 1 out. Ian Happ takes a strike. Let's go Cubbies chant here in this closed roof Globe Life field. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll see the roof open this series. That being said, let's go Cubs chant sounds a little bit better right now. Rolled over a first foul. Jim, you think we'll hear Go Cubs Go?
I was going to say, do you think we could impose upon the good people here to play Go Cubs Go after the game?
We've heard it a lot recently, only fitting. Ian Happ rockets it to right. Duran back, and he jumps and he makes the catch. Ezekiel Duran robs Ian Happ of a base hit.
Duran, man, he's all over the place today. Second base, left field, and now right field. He's made 2 outstanding plays. One on the infield, and now this one taking extra bases away from Ian Happ.
Sand takes a breaking ball outside. Takes another one. Jim, you know what I've realized? The Cubs' resurgence offensively, strong play has coincided with Seiya Suzuki's return from the injured list.
Well, you add a big bat to that lineup, it's got to help, right? Talking about players playing all 9 positions in a game. I kind of thought it might have happened under Joe Madden, because that seems like something Joe would do. Cesar Tovar's the one that I remember. Shane Halter, I think Phil Garner might have been managing Detroit.
Last one was former Cub Andrew Romine, but he did it with the Tigers 2017. So Seiya walks again. Second walk of the evening. On base 3 times, inning continues. That doesn't surprise me. Andrew Romine did it. Remember when Andrew Romine 2021 with the Cubs pitched and his brother Austin Romine caught him?
That was kind of fun.
Bright spot of that 2021 season. Bush swings and misses. Michael Bush. Walk in the 4th, walk in the 6th, stolen base, and a bases clearing double in the 7th. I think he's seen more pitches than Javier Asada's thrown tonight. Not quite, but pretty close. Just such a difficult out when things are going right for Michael Bush. And things have been going right for him for the last month. Michael Bush about to see his 34th pitch of the evening. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Another 3-ball count to Michael Bush.
Rangers have to be closing in on 200 pitches made here tonight. Really labored.
Rocker labored. Cal Quantrill, bits and pieces of being efficient, but running up his pitch count. Bush ground ball right side. Berger underhands to first and gets Bush. Cubs go down scoreless in the top of the ninth, but they lead 7-1. Rangers down to their final 3 outs. Chicago Cubs Baseball Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By Prevagen, made for the brain. And by Wintrust, different approach, better results. All smiles for the Cubs so far tonight, up 7-1. Bottom 9 here at Globe Life Field, and a new pitcher here for the Cubs.
Yeah, we thought maybe we'd see Ethan tonight. He's on for the 4th time, fresh off the IL. With a chance to get back into some game action in a 7-1 ball game.
Seager rips it to first. Bush to first, 1 away.
Boy, Seager is the anti-Michael Bush here tonight. He's up there hacking.
First pitch swinging. Confirmed for Michael Bush. Saw 37 pitches tonight. A career high. One pitch, 1 out for Ethan Roberts. Jim, we saw a similar spot yesterday. Cubs up big in the 9th inning. Bring up Gavin Hollowell to bring him into the game. Reds get a couple aboard. Make it a save situation. That's grounded to short. Dansby to first. 2 outs. Cubs had to get Daniel Palencia up, but it doesn't look like we'll have to do that tonight.
Yeah, that was not ideal the way things finished up yesterday. Doesn't look like we're going to have that kind of an issue here this evening.
Remember tonight, listen after the game. We have post-game coming up. Cubs post-game live. Cole Wright, Jason Kipnis. Great crew. There's a strike. Rangers down to their final out. Cubs fans on their feet. Never ceases to amaze me to hear "Let's go Cubbies" in a visiting ballpark with this volume. Just a special, special fan base. And now the Rangers down to their final strike. It's line foul.
Tomorrow, Jack Leiter for the Rangers. Edward Cabrera for the Cubs. First pitch, 6:05. There's Big Smooth.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ethan Roberts delivers. Line foul. Kevin Carter kicked up some pebbles in the turf. And we'll do it again. Two-two pitch. Crowd wanted it. Roberts delivers. Carter walks just a little bit low.
Nobody likes to make the final out. Carter had himself a good plate appearance there, laid off a couple of close ones. That's one, like, you know, in pre-challenge system, umpire might have just rung him up and walked off the field. Go enjoy the spread, fellas. This one's over.
Game started at 7:09. It's 9:55. So Carter to second. Defensive indifference. And Ethan Roberts has to recalibrate here. Will take a deep breath. Falls behind McCutchen 2-0. There's a strike. Hit in the air, right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong into the gap, underneath it, makes the catch. Cubs win. Second 10-game winning streak of the season for the 2026 Chicago Cubs. 10 again. Final score, Cubs 7, Rangers 1.
Cubs banged out 9 hits, scored 7 runs tonight, held the Rangers to just 2 base hits, 2 singles. Saw Ben Brown get the start, really throw the ball well. That was a great sign. 4 innings of scoreless, hitless baseball from Big Ben, and no singing here in the ballpark, but feel free to sing your heart out at home.
No singing, but a lot of W flags. The Chicago Cubs are 27-12. This is fun. All right, for Jim Deshaies, Elise Menaker, and our entire crew, I'm Alex Cohen. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Your final score, Cubs 7, Rangers 1. Tomorrow is Game 2. Edward Cabrera, Jack Leiter, your scheduled starters. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. Up next, Cubs post-game live. Cole Wright, Jason Kipnis. Cole, take it away.